You are now listening to
D, the Delinquent.
on the podcast.
This is Many Hats, No Cap, baby.
D, the Delinquent. Many hats, no cap.
Welcome to Many Hats, No Cap with Delinquent. Yo, on December 19th, 2025, Jake Paul fought Anthony Joshua. Now, if you're living underneath a rock, that's just crazy, son, because we all know how that ended. Sweet! And I say that without hating on Jake Paul, because, to be honest, I can't hate on another man that's winning. Jake Paul has figured it out. Whether his fights are scripted or not, he's figured it out and he is winning. The dude is doing amazing. I know he's doing better than I am. Shit, I still get excited when I find $5 in my pocket. You feel me? But I guess we'll never know if his fights are scripted or unscripted or whatever. But however that fight ended, Anthony Joshua pulled through. He did amazing. I mean, he could have done better, but I think he did what a lot of people were hoping for. And I just liked the fight in general. It was cool. It was awesome. There was finally a good knockout. Probably the knockout of the year. I mean, shit, Jake Paul got his jaw broke. You feel me? But I bring this up because Jake Paul also fought someone who I truly admire. Always have. Mike Tyson. But unfortunately, that fight sucked. Every second about it. Every second of it just sucked. We all seen it. Mike Tyson pulling his punches. The shit just looks scripted. And the results sucked, the fight sucked, even the quality from Netflix sucked. I don't think they were ready for that volume of watchers. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they hadn't had enough bandwidth on standby for that. The pixelation was horrible. It was lagging, constantly freezing. We had a sign out, sign back. It was horrible, son. And we got fast internet. And I know because I pay a lot of money for the damn internet. You feel me? But anyway, he fought the legend, Mike Tyson. Oh. That shit broke my heart, son. It really did. But I also get it. There's been things floating around that Mike Tyson just did it for the money because he needed the money. I get it. I get that. I respect that. But if these fights are scripted, fuck Jake Paul. Straight up. He just shitted on the sport of boxing. But still, I gotta respect him. You gotta respect him. The dude is winning. He's taking care of himself and his family and the next generations to come. In his bloodline, of course. Anyway, Mike Tyson. I got a story to share about Mike Tyson. See, in 4th grade, I had a teacher named Ms. Velma Castaneda. Rest in peace, Velma. You were awesome. You will always be remembered by many of us. So many. She's touched so many lives. But she was my teacher in 4th grade, and she gave us an assignment. It was right before winter break. She told everybody in the class, I want you guys to write to somebody who you really admire or write to Santa Claus. And everybody did just that. Everybody was writing to Santa Claus. Everybody was writing to their parents or someone who they admired, their guardian, their tias, their ninos, their ninas, yada, yada, yada. But me, no. I wanted to write Mike Tyson. At this time in my life, I was getting bullied every fucking day. And I never understood it because I would always fight back. My parents, my brothers, my sisters, they always told me to fight back, and I did. Now, I wouldn't win every fight, but these bullies kept coming at me. They kept just testing me every fucking day. And I didn't understand it. I chalked it up as, I'm just small, so I'm a target. And maybe that's what it was. But I remember telling my dad about what I was going through. And my dad told me, do you know who Mike Tyson is? I said, no, who's that? Oh, man. Now, see, we were poor, we were broke, we didn't have much. But my pops, from that day forward, said, I'm going to start getting the fights. Pay-per-view, he would pay that. He would invite his friends over, my uncles come over, my cousins. We would all sit in the living room and watch the Mike Tyson fights. But this time was my very first Mike Tyson fight that I've ever seen. And I was blown away. I was sold, instantly sold. I was just convinced, like, I can face the world. I felt like a tiny motherfucker living in the land of the giants, and watching Tyson knock this dude out how he did just changed my mindset. It inspired me. He inspired me. Oh man, I can't tell you. I wish I can explain that more in detail to y'all. But anyway, he just put this fire in my chest that made me believe in myself. So when Miss Velma Castaneda, gave us this assignment to write to somebody who we truly admire, I had to write to Mike Tyson. Not only because of that, but because she also said, write your letters and I will make sure the people you're talking about will receive these letters. What? I can write a letter to Mike Tyson? And damn, she hated that. Because also around this time was when Tyson was facing all those SA charges. He went to prison for it. He was found guilty. So she hated it. I remember she kept walking around the class trying to ask me, hey, you wanna write to Santa Claus instead, mijo? Hey, do you wanna write to your dad instead? To your mom, to your brother, to your sisters? You know, she was trying so hard to get me to write to somebody else. She did not want me to write to Mike Tyson. But no, you said you're gonna get my letter to Mike Tyson. I'm gonna write to Mike Tyson. Oh man, her face, she was so mad. Anyway, I was struggling putting words together for my hero, right? I was struggling putting the words on the paper, expressing to Mike Tyson how I feel and how much he means to me. I kept writing in my notebook, tearing out the papers, crumbling them up, throwing them. Starting over, same thing. Repeat. And then Velma, she started walking around. This was after recess. You got 1 hour left, guys. You got 45 minutes left, guys. You got 30 minutes left, 20 minutes, 15 minutes, 10 minutes. And I'm freaking out because I don't have nothing on my paper yet. Nothing. She does her little last call shout out. All right, guys, you got 2 minutes left. I'm freaking out. My pencil just broke. I'll never forget this. My pencil just broke. I need to turn in this letter. So I reached into my backpack and I pulled out an orange crayon. Orange crayon. And I just write real big on the paper, you're still the champ, Mike. That's it. And I felt like those few words were enough. See, when I was trying real hard to put together this huge essay and story and stuff, I was kind of being selfish. Like, hey, Mike, you inspired me to do this. You inspired me to face all my bullies. You inspired me this. It's just I, me. But for that moment, in 4th grade, I was like, man, he's going through some stuff. He needs to hear this. So I was real excited about that. You're still the champ, Mike. That's all I wrote. In real big capital letters in orange crayon. I folded up my letter and I turned it in. And I remember Miss Velma, she was going through all the letters real quick. I think she was just doing a quick count, making sure she got everybody's letters. And I'm still getting all my stuff together. School bell rang already. We're off to winter break. And I know she got my letter because I was looking at her and we made eye contact and she just finished looking at a paper and she looked at me and I'm pretty sure the letter hit her the way that I wanted it to hit Mike. Like she got it. Like, oh wow, this is actually good. Even though I didn't write paragraphs and sentences and all that stuff, she accepted it. She took it. We go to winter break. That whole winter break, Christmas was cool. Everything was cool. The break from school was cool, of course, you know, riding bikes and getting into trouble and playing outside with all my friends and stuff. But I kept thinking, oh man, Mike Tyson's gonna get my letter and he's gonna love it. We get back to school Everybody's asking about their letters. Miss Velma, did you give my letter to Santa Claus? Miss Velma, did you give my letter to my dad? And yada, yada, yada. Everybody was asking. I didn't ask, though. She answered everybody. She tells everybody, oh, your letters are being shipped and whatever, blah, 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 blah. Lies. Anyway, later on that day, she said, you want to know how your letter is being sent, Joey? I said, yeah, how you getting it to Mike Tyson? She says, well, I found out his address and I sent it off. He's going to get it in a couple days. It might be a long time because he's going to prison. I said, that's cool. And she goes, I don't want you to get sad if he doesn't respond, okay? I think she was more worried about how I'm going to react if I don't get a letter back or get some kind of response back. I think she was trying to figure me out. So a month passed, and then she announces, all right, guys, I got responses. She hands out these letters to everybody, but she doesn't give me one. And Miss Velma tells me, I'm sorry, Mike Tyson hasn't wrote you back yet. Maybe he will next year, okay? I think she just gave up on it. I think she just decided, I'm going to move on. I can't do nothing, and he needs to learn a lesson. He needs to idolize other people, other figures. He can't be all amazed by this grapist. I don't know if I could say that on here, but anyway, you guys know what I mean. So yeah, I move on. 5th grade, 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade. I carry on in my scholastics, my education, yada, yada, yada. Every year at my graduation, though, Miss Velma Castaneda would attend. She would go to my graduation. I'm leaving out a whole bunch of stuff, but let me tell you why. Briefly, why she would attend my graduation. Also in that year, my 4th grade year, there was a big accident that happened. A couple of my friends, they got in a rollover accident coming back from Nogales, and many people died. And one of my best homies, Anthony, the guy who I also made music with, aka Chance, he passed away twice in that accident. Yeah, he died twice. Legally pronounced dead twice. Woke up in a body bag and everything. They brought him back, and he was involved in that accident. So there was a whole bunch of people, a whole bunch of lives that were affected from this accident. And all the teachers that knew us, I guess they just felt not obligated, but they felt connected to just stay in touch with us. I'm telling you, there was a whole lot of stuff that came out of that accident. So yeah, Miss Velma Castaneda would attend my graduations. I mean, because also I graduated with other people that were in the class too, But she followed me all the way through high school. So check this out. My senior year, my best year in school. Years before that, horrible. But my senior year was actually pretty good. I did a lot, accomplished a lot, got a lot done. A bunch of life-changing stuff happened. But anyway, my senior year graduation, I see Miss Velma Castaneda there. I was like, oh, cool. This is like routine. I go up there, give her a hug. Thanks for coming, Miss Velma, blah, blah, blah. She goes, yeah, congratulations, mijo, congratulations. Then she hands me an envelope. Like, what? She give me money. In my head, I'm thinking, it's money. She says, I want you to open this when you get home. I go, all right, cool. Do the whole thing, party and everything. I put this envelope in my car. I had a Lincoln Town car. Shocks busted out, the airbag system broken. The thing looked like hydraulics. I thought it looked cool when really it was dangerous, son. Shouldn't have been on the streets. I put it in the car, went out partying with my friends, yada, yada, yada. Next day, I wake up, from that whole night of partying and stuff. I remembered there's a letter in my car that Miss Velma gave me. There's money in there. There got to be money in there. I'm thinking money. Stupid me. Young, dumb me. I go out to the car. I get the envelope out. This was like a 12 by 14 inch size envelope. You feel me? And I take it back inside the house. I go in my room. I open it up. It wasn't folded or anything, but there was a nice, crisp, new paper in there. I take it out. And wow, I find a letter with big capital letters on it written in orange crayon, saying, "Thank you, but no, you're the champ." And that was awesome. And then I dig back into the envelope, and there was a picture of Mike Tyson, and it was autographed. I don't know where she got it. I don't even know if it's legit. But that told me she was referring to the 4th grade letter. She never forgot. But it was cool because I finally got a letter back. And that shit was awesome, man. I'll never forget that. I'll never forget her. She was great. She ended up becoming a principal for an elementary school before her passing. And from time to time, I'll Google her name, and it's awesome seeing all the people say just awesome things about her. Woo! Great teacher, man. Shout out to all the teachers out there. That's a hard job. You couldn't pay me enough money to teach anything. I mean, shit, I don't got a degree anyway, or a degree in anything that's teachable. You feel me? But on the real, man, teachers are important. They're extremely underpaid, undervalued. But the good ones out there, we see you. We do. Maybe at that moment, maybe not at that moment, but eventually, we all do. Much love to all you teachers out there. Keep doing what you do.
D, the delinquent. Many hats, no cap.